The morning sunlight spilled into the Hokage's office, casting soft shadows and creating a calm atmosphere. Inside, Team 7 members Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, and their mentor Kakashi were engrossed in an animated discussion about their upcoming mission. Their chatter, however, ceased when the door swung open, revealing unexpected visitors. Shikamaru Nara entered, his usual casual demeanor replaced with a noticeable air of annoyance. His teammates, Ino Yamanaka and Choji Akimichi, followed him, led by their sensei, Asuma. They were escorting a civilian, a nervous-looking man whom Naruto recognized as Tazuna, a bridge builder they had once assisted in the Land of Waves. Naruto whispered a hasty question to Sakura, who shrugged, appearing as perplexed as he was. But there was no time to ponder, as Shikamaru began to explain. "Lord Hokage, our simple escort mission turned out to be anything but," he started, gesturing towards Tazuna. "Indeed, simple seems to include unexpected encounters with enemy ninja and near assassinations," Ino quickly added. Even Choji, currently wrestling with a bag of chips, managed a grunt of agreement. "Sure is a bother, huh?" Naruto found himself admiring Shikamaru's ability to navigate complex situations with ease. Shikamaru was careful and logical, traits that Naruto admired. The Hokage's stern gaze turned to Asuma. "Asuma, is this true?" "Yes, Lord Hokage. We encountered the demon brothers from the hidden mist," Asuma confirmed. The Hokage sighed heavily. "Tazuna, withholding crucial information is both irresponsible and dangerous. This mission is A rank, not C rank. Your deception will cost you either in jail time or a heavy fine. We will set up a payment plan." Tazuna, looking downcast, nodded in understanding. Kakashi then reminded him, a higher mission rank means higher pay, which Tazuna will cover, along with the fine. The Hokage made his decision. Team 7 will assist Team 10 on this mission, with Kakashi leading. "Asuma, take the day off." At this, Naruto's face split into a wide grin. "This is going to be awesome." His enthusiasm was met with groans from his teammates. Shikamaru sighed, "What a drag. Now we're stuck with him." Ino rolled her eyes, "Just great. The mission just got longer." Despite the mixed reactions, there was a collective determination. The challenging mission lay ahead, but they were ready to face whatever came, together. As the dust settled from the upheaval at the Hokage's office, Team 7 and Team 10 began their trek to the village's outskirts to commence their mission. Although the task was formidable, a sense of camaraderie started to grow between the two teams, easing the tension of the A-rank mission ahead. In an attempt to make the long journey less arduous, Naruto, always the icebreaker, turned towards Team 10 with a cheeky grin. "So, did Asuma-sensei recommend you guys for the Chunin exams too?" he queried, trying to stir up conversation. Shikamaru, with a disinterested shrug, was the first to reply, "Yeah, he did. But you know how troublesome those exams are," his voice laced with the typical apathetic tone he reserved for most things he found bothersome. "You've been grumbling about it all week, Shikamaru." Ino promptly rolled her eyes at Shikamaru's comment, a hint of an exasperated smile tugging at her lips. She received a nonchalant shrug in return. Next, Choji chimed in, his focus primarily on the bag of chips in his hand rather than the conversation. "As long as they allow snacks during the exam, I don't have any objections," he confessed, the corners of his mouth lifting into a small smile. Naruto's laughter echoed through the quiet path, his bright energy contrasting with the seriousness of their mission. "That's the spirit, Choji," he cheered, slapping the broad-shouldered ninja on the back. Sasuke and Sakura exchanged amused glances, their usually energetic teammates' enthusiasm proving to be infectious. Even Kakashi, the epitome of cool composure, had a barely noticeable smile under his mask. As they continued their journey, the shared laughter and light-hearted banter served to deepen their bond. Their exchanges were not just about lightening the mood, they were about fostering unity and understanding, crucial elements on and off the battlefield. The trials they would face were unknown, but they had faith in each other, and that made them a formidable force. Just as Team 7 and Team 10 were settling into a semblance of normalcy on their mission, the tranquility was shattered. Rumors of increased enemy activity reached them, suggesting that efforts to hinder Tizuna's bridge construction were escalating. An unexpected rustle in the nearby bushes signaled imminent danger. Naruto, with his heightened senses, was quick to pick up on the disturbance. He threw a cautionary glance at the others, who immediately sprang into action. As the shadowy figures emerged from the underbrush, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura fell into their practiced formation. Each of them prepared for battle, their hands forming familiar seals as they called upon their chakra. On the other side, Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji responded to Kakashi's direction. Shikamaru quickly devised a strategy, his sharp intellect working at lightning speed. Ino and Choji followed his lead, their synchronization honed by years of teamwork. The ensuing battle was anything but easy. The enemy shinobi launched an array of jutsus and weapons, some of which they'd never encountered before. Naruto, with his wind style, Gale Palm, and Shadow Clone Jutsu, and Sasuke, with his fire style, Great Fireball Jutsu, clashed with their adversaries, the resulting collision sending shockwaves across the field. Sakura held her ground, her eyes trained on the battlefield. Every cut, every bruise on her teammates increased her resolve. Her hands glowed green with healing chakra, ready to tend to any injuries. On the other side of the skirmish, Shikamaru cleverly manipulated shadows to ensnare their opponents, while Ino used her mind transfer jutsu to disorient them. Choji transformed into a human boulder, barreling through the enemy ranks, his attacks landing with bone-crushing force. The fight was fierce, each punch and kick carrying a desperate need to protect Tizuna and accomplish their mission. The enemy was relentless, but the united strength of Team 7 and Team 10 began to overpower them. Their teamwork, a testament to their growing bonds, gave them the upper hand. When the last enemy ninja fell, silence returned to the area, broken only by their heavy breaths. A quick check confirmed Tizuna's safety. They had emerged victorious, but the encounter served as a stark reminder of the dangers they faced and the stakes riding on their mission. The dust had barely settled from their last encounter when a chilling wind swept across the battlefield. This wasn't the end, their real test was about to begin. A figure emerged from the swirling mists, a long sword held effortlessly on his shoulder. Behind him, another figure materialized, a mask hiding his features. Zabuza Momochi and Haku, the infamous duo from the Land of Waves, had arrived. As Kakashi recognized Zabuza, a fierce determination hardened in his eyes. This was a battle from his past, now resurfacing to haunt his team. Haku, on the other hand, was an unknown entity, his masked face revealing nothing. The clash between the teams was explosive, a violent dance where one wrong move could spell disaster. Zabuza's executioner's blade sliced through the air with deadly precision, meeting Kakashi's kunai in a clash of steel. Haku's agility was astonishing, his speed almost a blur to the naked eye. Naruto and Sasuke charged at Haku, but their attacks were deflected effortlessly. Sakura, from her position, could see their injuries mounting. Her heart pounded as she poured more of her chakra into her healing jutsu, trying to keep them in the fight. Team 10 didn't falter either. Shikamaru, thinking fast, used his shadow possession jutsu to try and immobilize Haku, but the speedster was too quick, jumping from tree to tree. Choji, despite the rapidly dwindling chakra reserves, transformed into a colossal version of himself, creating a barrier between the enemy and Tizuna. Ino tried to infiltrate Haku's mind, her jutsu reaching out, but couldn't aim her attack at a moving target. It seemed the masked shinobi was physically agile. Their enemies were formidable, every successful strike on their part leading to more injuries for the Leaf Shinobi. Despite the escalating tension and fear, they refused to back down. Their resolve, born from their shared experiences and strengthened by their camaraderie, steeled them against the rising tide of dread. With every punch thrown and every jutsu cast, they learned more about their enemies and each other. And with every fallen comrade they had to heal or protect, their determination only hardened. It was clear that this fight was far from over, it was only the beginning. The real struggle was yet to unfold, but they were ready for it. They would stand their ground and fight, together. The battle intensified as Zabuza summoned a thick mist, turning the battleground into a haunting spectacle. Vision became obscured, with every shadow posing a potential threat. The mist served to the enemy's advantage, providing excellent cover for Zabuza and Haku's attacks. Emerging from the mist, Zabuza launched a series of water clones at Team 7 and Team 10. These figures, mirroring Zabuza's intimidating stature, clashed with the shinobi in a flurry of kicks and punches. The clones, although not as powerful as Zabuza himself, were potent enough to keep the teams occupied. From the other end of the battlefield, Haku moved like a wraith in the mist. His speed, enhanced by the deceptive fog, rendered him an elusive shadow, flickering in and out of sight. He appeared only to strike, launching his deadly needles from his position in the mist. Several needles found their mark. Naruto and Sasuke, in their attempts to attack Haku, were struck. The needles, while not inflicting serious damage, hindered their movements, turning each action into a painful endeavor. Sakura's hands glowed with a soft green light as she worked to heal the injuries. Her eyes darted around the foggy battlefield, trying to keep track of her teammates and the bridge builder amidst the chaos. Despite her steady healing, the constant barrage of injuries was starting to wear her down. Using his intellect, Shikamaru quickly devised a strategy to disperse the mist. With a shout, he directed Choji to spin rapidly, creating a gust of wind that blew away some of the fog. However, it wasn't long before Zabuza summoned the mist again, plunging them back into impaired visibility. Ino, in an attempt to take control of the situation, tried once more to possess Haku's mind, but missed again. "This is crazy," Naruto exclaimed. "The attacks are coming from all directions, and if we try to rush in, we're just knocked back. Hey Sasuke, let's destroy all of the trees, so the enemy doesn't have a spot to jump to." Sasuke launched a barrage of small fireballs, and Naruto launched a series of wind bullets to intensify the flames. However, Haku quickly crafted a series of ice mirrors to replace the trees and started jumping from mirror to mirror. Sasuke attempted to melt the mirrors, but they withstood his flames. Naruto synced his wind attack with Sasuke's fire attack and they managed to destroy a mirror, but Haku instantly repaired the broken ice mirror. Haku's ability to move quickly between mirrors made it seem as if he was teleporting. Despite the odds stacked against them, the two teams fought with relentless determination. The mist, while advantageous to their enemies, became a testament to their resilience. Their trust in each other, their shared determination, made them fight harder and stand stronger. This fight was more than a clash of powers, it was a testament to their growing bond. The battlefield erupted in a clash of titanic forces as Kakashi revealed his Sharingan. His uncovered eye gleamed ominously in the muted light, its hypnotic swirls echoing an unspoken threat. His focus was solely on Zabuza, his Sharingan acting as a beacon amidst the chaos. Not to be outdone, Sasuke also activated his Sharingan. His eyes morphed into a mirror image of Kakashi's, the complex pattern providing him with heightened perception and reflexes. The once elusive movements of Haku were now discernible, affording Sasuke the much-needed edge. In the heat of the moment, Naruto called upon his wind chakra, the potent energy swirling around him in an escalating gale. With a determined yell, he released it, the wind powerful enough to blow away the lingering mist and clear their vision. The sudden clarity breathed new vigor into their fight. Zabuza, no longer hidden by the mist, found himself locked in an intense battle with Kakashi, each of their moves a testament to their skill and power. Their swords clashed, the sound echoing across the now clear field, a symphony of their fierce combat. Meanwhile, Sasuke, taking advantage of his enhanced abilities, anticipated Haku's attacks. Dodging and countering, he danced around Haku in a deadly ballet. Sasuke timed a fireball perfectly with his Sharingan, memorizing Haku's movements outside the mirror. This forced Haku to change direction, slowing him down momentarily before charging with another attack. Sasuke's punch connected with Haku, sending him sprawling onto the ground. "Got you." Shikamaru's voice cut through the tension. He had seized the opportunity to capture Haku with his shadow possession jutsu, immobilizing him. Ino, seizing the moment, performed her mind transfer jutsu, taking control of Haku's paralyzed body. As soon as Ino had control, Shikamaru released his jutsu. With Haku incapacitated and under Ino's control, they quickly bound him, effectively removing one enemy from the equation. The tide of the battle was shifting, their teamwork and unyielding determination steering them towards victory. The team turned their attention to the intense showdown between Kakashi and Zabuza. The two titans clashed, their powers evenly matched, each performing a water dragon jutsu that collided with a violent burst of energy. The spectacle was terrifyingly beautiful, a display of raw power that underscored just how outclassed they were. Undeterred, they watched in awe as the two experienced ninja prepared to clash again, their hands weaving through intricate signs to summon another pair of water dragons. The tension in the air was palpable as they anticipated the imminent impact. Amid the charged atmosphere, an idea sparked in Naruto's mind. With a quick, decisive "follow me," he dashed towards the incapacitated Haku, his teammates on his heels. Naruto grabbed Haku and pulled him into Zabuza's line of sight, just as their respective water dragons roared towards each other. The sight of his companion in the hands of the enemy distracted Zabuza, and his hands faltered in forming the hand signs. His jutsu was incomplete, and the resulting water dragon was noticeably smaller than Kakashi's. The clash that followed was uneven. Kakashi's jutsu overpowered Zabuza's, slamming into the rogue ninja with unrelenting force. Zabuza was flung backward, his body hitting the ground with a hard thud, unconscious from the force of the impact. They had won. As the dust settled, the team shared a victorious, relieved look. Their combined efforts had paid off. Naruto, having created a shadow clone to avoid arousing the suspicions of Teams 7 and 10, moved away from the group for a private conversation with his captives, Zabuza and Haku. "Haku, Zabuza," Naruto began, his voice steady, "I don't believe you're inherently evil. You're like me, doing what's necessary to protect someone precious." Zabuza, despite his bindings, responded with a raised eyebrow, prompting Naruto to continue. "You're walking a dangerous path to obtain financial gain, to uplift your people. But in a way, we're not so different, Zabuza." "And what are you implying, brat?" Zabuza's gruff voice echoed through the silent forest. "I need allies," Naruto admitted. "I'm trying to prevent a potential war, and I'm gathering individuals who could help." The statement hung in the air, resonating with a potent mix of desperation and determination. Both Zabuza and Haku regarded Naruto, weighing the sincerity of his words. After a moment of silence, Zabuza finally responded, "Continue. I want to hear more." Naruto revealed everything he knew about the manipulated Mizukage, the nefarious plans of the Akatsuki, and his own mission to protect his village and loved ones. As Naruto's words sunk in, Zabuza realized that their objectives, while distinct, led their paths to intersect. An alliance could indeed be beneficial for both sides. "All right," Zabuza finally conceded, looking over at Haku, who nodded in agreement. "We'll join your alliance." Relief washed over Naruto as he handed a sealed scroll to Zabuza. "Use this scroll if you need to contact me," he advised. "But how do we get out of this situation?" Haku questioned, indicating the ropes binding them. "Let's just say you managed to escape," Naruto suggested, drawing a kunai. With swift, precise movements, he cut through their bonds. "I'll turn a blind eye." Before dismissing his clone, Naruto added a final piece of information. "Remember, Zabuza, Gato wants you dead. You are injured and vulnerable. He's a snake, waiting for the right moment to strike." As Naruto's clone dissipated, Zabuza and Haku found themselves alone once more, now free from their bindings and with a new alliance to navigate. They readied themselves for the challenges that awaited, no longer adversaries but allies in a shared cause. As daybreak stirred Team 7 and Team 10 from their rest, their morning routines resumed, creating a sense of tranquility that starkly contrasted with the gruesome events simultaneously transpiring elsewhere. The scene transitioned to the heart of Gato's base, now a blood-soaked battlefield due to the destructive force of Zabuza and Haku. Strewn lifeless bodies bore testimony to their deadly assault. In the midst of this carnage, Gato, surrounded by his fallen henchmen, trembled in the shadow of Zabuza's formidable presence. Despite his injuries, Zabuza advanced relentlessly towards the cowering Gato. "Please, I can pay you. I have money. You can have it all." Gato pleaded in fear. Zabuza paused, the edge of his blade dangerously close to Gato's throat. "Your money can aid my cause," he acknowledged, his voice chillingly devoid of emotion. "But that doesn't guarantee your survival. You're too much of a threat to be left alive." Gato's pleas for mercy swiftly transitioned into a shrill scream, echoing hauntingly through his devastated base as Zabuza's blade descended in a final, deadly arc. Following their previous encounters, Teams 7 and 10 journeyed onwards, their sense of solidarity deepening with every step. The tranquil break of dawn gave way to an atmosphere of anticipation as they neared the home of their mission's subject, the bridge builder Tazuna. Situated within a serene, peaceful hamlet, Tazuna's residence exuded an air of simple comfort and warmth. As they crossed the threshold, they were introduced to Tazuna's compassionate daughter, Tsunami, and his introspective grandson, Inari. Tsunami greeted them with a motherly kindness, a balm to the harsh memories of their recent battles, while Inari's youthful, curious eyes studied them with caution. As evening drew in, they gathered for a familial dinner. The calm atmosphere was disrupted by a sudden outburst from Inari, his anguished voice echoing in the room. "What's the point? Gato will just send more of his men. We'll be destroyed. You're all going to die." His words hung heavily in the ensuing silence, drawing all eyes to the young boy. His fear tugged at their hearts, eliciting shared concern from his ninja guests. Gathering his thoughts, Naruto addressed Inari, his voice filled with understanding and resolve. "Inari, I understand your fear. You've lost someone precious, someone who fought to protect you. He was a hero. Honor his memory by becoming the protector he wanted you to be." Inari fell silent, his wide eyes shimmering in the dim light. His emotional outburst had resonated within the room, serving as a stark reminder of the mission's stakes. Sakura looked at Naruto, a soft smile on her face, while Sasuke offered a nod of silent agreement, acknowledging Naruto's maturity. Kakashi's eyes, although barely visible, radiated pride. The members of Team 10, observing the exchange, felt their initial surprise giving way to respect for their fellow shinobi. Just as the dinner was settling back into its peaceful rhythm, Naruto suddenly stiffened. His eyes glazed over momentarily, indicative of a shadow clone dispelling and sharing its information. Returning to the present, Naruto addressed Inari again, his voice carrying an unmistakable note of certainty. "Don't worry, Gato won't be bothering us anymore. One of my shadow clones just reported his death." Kakashi then broke the silence. "This mission is over. We will return to the Hidden Leaf Village in the morning." His words drew the chapter to a close, marking an end to their shared trials and heralding the dawn of new challenges. The journey back to Konoha was underway, and the warm glow of the setting sun bathed Team 7 and Team 10 in a peaceful aura. Just as everyone was settling into the tranquility of their return, Naruto broke the silence with an unexpected proposal. Turning to Sasuke and Sakura, Naruto suggested with a mischievous grin, "I think it's time we shared our secret with Team 10. What do you think?" Kakashi, leading the group, paused briefly at Naruto's words, a faint smile playing on his lips behind his mask. He knew all too well what Naruto was up to, having witnessed his little trick with Team 8. Sasuke and Sakura exchanged a knowing glance, nodding in agreement to Naruto's plan. They were aware of what was about to transpire, and the air filled with an unspoken anticipation. Naruto swiveled around, locking eyes with the members of Team 10. "How about we have a friendly sparring match?" he proposed. Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji froze in their tracks. Shikamaru groaned, his usual nonchalant expression replaced with slight annoyance. "Naruto, do you always have to make things so troublesome?" he sighed. Ino chuckled, a playful glint in her eyes. "Trying to show off, are we, Naruto?" she teased. Choji merely shrugged, his focus primarily on the bag of chips in his hand. "As long as it doesn't interfere with snack time, I'm in," he mumbled nonchalantly. Unfazed by their reactions, Naruto laughed heartily. "Trust me, it'll be fun. I bet I can take all 5 of you on at once." Kakashi couldn't help but chuckle at Naruto's audacious claim. "Well, since Naruto seems so eager, I'll officiate the match to ensure it doesn't get out of hand." The reactions from Team 10 varied from disbelief to amusement, and Naruto's grin widened in response. Little did they know, they were about to witness a spectacle that would add a new layer to their ongoing mission. With Kakashi's consent, the stage was set for an unforgettable sparring match. As they prepared themselves for the imminent clash, the air hummed with anticipation, setting the scene for an exciting showdown. In a nearby clearing, the members of Team 10 looked on incredulously as Naruto confidently proposed a 5-on-1 sparring match. Their expressions varied from amusement to outright disbelief. Shikamaru, leaning against a tree with his arms folded, was the first to voice his skepticism. "Naruto," he began, "this is too troublesome. You're setting yourself up for a fall." Ino, folding her arms and shooting Naruto a dubious look, added, "Are you sure you haven't taken one too many hits to the head, Naruto?" Even Choji, munching on his chips in between words, weighed in. "Well, it should be interesting, at least." All the while, Kurama, tucked away in the recesses of Naruto's mind, observed with amusement. "Honestly, kid," the Nine-Tails Fox remarked, "this is one of your more outrageous stunts. And trust me, that's saying something." Naruto, however, remained undeterred. "Just wait and see," he retorted confidently, a broad grin etched on his face. Naruto then steeled his focus and, in a surge of chakra, activated his chakra shroud. This wasn't the red, fox-like aura that everyone was accustomed to. Instead, it was a brilliant golden glow that enveloped Naruto, signifying a form of control that was free from the fox's influence. His cerulean eyes glowed brightly, further enhancing the spectacle. The sight was awe-inspiring, silencing any lingering doubts about Naruto's capabilities. Standing at a safe distance, Kakashi cleared his throat and called out, "Remember, this is just a friendly sparring match. The moment I see it's getting out of hand, I'll step in." As the last rays of sunlight began to wane, Naruto faced his fellow shinobi, the golden glow of his chakra shroud lending an ethereal quality to the scene. His grin never faltered as he said, "All right, let's do this." With Kakashi's nod of assent, the friendly match was set into motion, promising an unforgettable showdown that would certainly leave an impact on all those present. As Naruto stood in the heart of the clearing, shrouded in his golden chakra, Sasuke and Sakura were the first to launch their attacks. Sasuke led with his signature fire release, Great Fireball technique, followed quickly by his lightning release, Thunderclap Arrow. Naruto, moving faster than the eye could follow, negated Sasuke's attacks by wrapping them with his chakra and dissipating them harmlessly into the air. The spectators gasped in awe as the intense heat and crackling energy of Sasuke's attacks vanished as if they were never there. Not one to be outdone, Sakura leapt into the fray with her monstrous strength, aiming a ground-shattering punch at Naruto. With an effortless dodge, he evaded her initial attack, showcasing his enhanced speed. Sakura, resilient as ever, launched another punch, but this time Naruto met her head-on, blocking her fist with his chakra cloak. The ground beneath them quaked from the sheer force of the impact, leaving Team 10 in a state of stunned silence. "Come on, guys," Naruto taunted, grinning as he turned to face the remaining members of Team 10. "Don't hold back, or you won't be able to beat me." Choji, with a determined look on his face, transformed into his human boulder form and charged. However, Naruto, using his enhanced strength, managed to lift Choji in mid-roll and nonchalantly tossed him aside. Shikamaru quickly seized the moment to employ his shadow possession jutsu. His shadow raced across the battlefield, successfully capturing Naruto. But Naruto broke free with a surge of chakra, leaving Shikamaru exasperated. "Damn it," he muttered, "he has too much chakra. I can't hold him for more than half a second." Ino, not one to give up easily, chimed in, "Half a second is all I need." She activated her mind-body switch technique, aiming to take control of Naruto's body. But to everyone's astonishment, she was unable to infiltrate Naruto's mind, his mental defenses proving to be impenetrable. Naruto, with an amused expression on his face, called out to his opponents, "Are you guys holding back? I want to see your strongest attacks." Team 10, recovering from their initial shock, admitted that they had already used their best techniques. At this, Naruto's chakra cloak disappeared, and he said, "In that case, let's call it a draw. My purpose was to show you, not just tell you, that I'm the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. And that wasn't even my full power." The shock of Naruto's revelation left his fellow shinobi speechless. As they processed what they had just witnessed, it was clear to all that Naruto was far stronger than they had ever realized. As Naruto's declaration echoed in the air, Team 10 looked at him in bewilderment, the magnitude of his words settling in. Naruto had effortlessly blocked their strongest attacks, easily broke free from Shikamaru's shadow possession, and even prevented Ino from infiltrating his mind. A silence fell over the group before Sakura broke it, a proud grin on her face. "Well, you certainly know how to put on a show." Naruto chuckled, scratching the back of his head sheepishly. "I've got to keep things interesting, don't I?" he quipped. "I didn't want you guys to treat me any differently because of it," Naruto answered honestly. Besides, this mission was the perfect opportunity to show you my capabilities without it seeming out of the blue. Shikamaru sighed, running a hand through his hair. Trust Naruto to turn something as serious as revealing he's a Jinchuriki into a sparring match. Despite his words, there was a hint of amusement in his tone. Ino looked thoughtful. But, Naruto, being a Jinchuriki, that's a huge deal. It means you've been carrying a massive burden all these years. Naruto shrugged, a warm smile on his face. Maybe, but I've never seen it that way. The Ninetales is a part of me, and I wouldn't be who I am without it. His response was met with thoughtful nods. The teams knew Naruto was resilient, and his optimism was infectious. The sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. Naruto looked at his friends, his fellow shinobi, with appreciation. Thanks, everyone, Naruto said. I'm glad I got to share this with you all. The next step of their journey awaited, but for now, they reveled in the newfound understanding they had for their friend, knowing that his strength didn't just stem from the beast within him, but from the heart that believed in them all. With the weight of his secret lifted, Naruto and his companions continued on their mission, ready to face whatever lay ahead. After the light-hearted banter, the atmosphere shifted back to a more serious tone. Naruto, maintaining his unflinching gaze, addressed the team once again. I know this revelation may be overwhelming, he began, but it's important to remember that being a Jinchuriki is only part of who I am. The same way each of you have unique abilities that don't solely define you. This statement sparked a thoughtful silence among the group. It was true, they all had individual strengths and skills that distinguished them but did not encompass their entire identity. Naruto grinned at his friend's acknowledgement, glad that his revelation did not affect their friendship. All right, now that we've got the heavy stuff out of the way, how about we continue our journey? Naruto suggested, his eyes twinkling with excitement. Kakashi, leaning on a tree with his book, closed it with a sigh. Well, if everyone is ready, we should get going. As they prepared to resume their journey, Naruto looked back at his friends, his heart filled with gratitude for their understanding and acceptance. Despite the many challenges they faced, Naruto knew they were stronger together, and nothing could break their bond. With the weight of his secret lifted, Naruto and his companions continued their mission, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Laughter still lingered in the air as Naruto, straightening his expression, turned to face his friends. His revelation as the Ninetales Jinchuriki had left a palpable silence. The idea was a lot for Team 10 to digest. Realizing a close friend was the host of a legendary beast wasn't an everyday revelation. Listen, Naruto began, meeting each of their eyes with a sincere gaze. Being a Jinchuriki is a part of who I am, but it's not my defining characteristic. It's the same as each of your abilities and skills. They're part of you, but they don't define you. Their responses were contemplative silence, but he saw understanding dawning in their eyes. They were ninja, well aware that their abilities were tools, not their entire identities. Kakashi, with a sigh, closed his book and nodded. If everyone's ready, let's proceed. Naruto gave his friends one last look as they moved on. Their acceptance and understanding meant the world to him. It was their bond that would carry them through any storm that lay ahead. He knew, with certainty, their unity was their greatest strength. As the group ventured forth with renewed resolve, the weight of the day's events still resonated with them. Unaware of what challenges lay ahead, they moved forward, strengthened by their shared trust and resolve. This chapter's conclusion marked a turning point in their journey, a testament to their unyielding unity. Evening gently seeped into the Hidden Leaf Village, casting long shadows and softening the day's hustle. The ambience within Naruto's apartment was quite different, however, characterized by an intense focus and an unusual quiet. Naruto and Sakura sat huddled amidst scattered scrolls and books, a sea of information stretching across Naruto's usually clutter-free floor. The typically relaxed and jovial duo had a surprising air of seriousness, their discussions centered on a particularly important event, the Chunin exams, mere weeks away. "All right, Naruto, why the sudden study group?" Sakura asked, a playful yet intrigued frown on her face. "Planning on topping the class this year?" Naruto's answer, however, lacked his usual cheeky humor. "Not just top the class, Sakura," he replied, a deep-set seriousness echoing in his words. "We're facing a lot more than a written test or a sparring match. We're opening our gates to potential threats." Sakura cocked an eyebrow, her initial amusement now replaced by curiosity. "You mean like sabotage? Or an attack from rival villages?" "Exactly," Naruto nodded. "During the Chunin exams, we'll be exposed to shinobi from various villages. One of them is the Hidden Sand, and with them comes Gaara." Recognition flickered in Sakura's eyes. "The Jinchuriki of the One Tail," she said, the gravity of the situation dawning on her. "That's right," Naruto confirmed, his gaze serious. "We have to be ready for anything, including facing Gaara's tailed beast." "And how do you propose we do that, Naruto?" Sakura questioned, her eyes narrowing slightly in suspicion. "Do you have a plan?" A cheeky grin spread across Naruto's face as he shrugged. "Well, I was thinking, we need to have a strategy. And for that, we need Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan." Sakura's eyebrows shot up in surprise, her gaze darting between Naruto's face and the numerous scrolls strewn about. "Wait, what?" "Naruto, the Mangekyo Sharingan is only awakened through intense emotional trauma. You're not suggesting—" Naruto quickly interrupted her, an earnest seriousness replacing his grin. "No, Sakura. I meant, I have an idea. A plan. But I'm going to need your help to make it work." His statement hung in the air between them, the weight of his words settling around them. As Sakura looked at Naruto, she realized this was not the impulsive, naive boy she knew. This was a shinobi with a plan, a mission, and an unyielding determination to protect his village at all costs. With a heavy sigh, Sakura looked back at Naruto, an agreement flickering in her eyes. "All right, Naruto. What's the plan?" Naruto's revelation, serious and grave, had set the tone for the evening. Their usual friendly banter gave way to a somber discussion about the future of their team and the potential threats they could face. The mention of Gaara and the idea of awakening Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan wasn't an easy pill to swallow. However, Sakura recognized the urgency in Naruto's voice and knew that he wouldn't suggest something this drastic unless it was necessary. Sakura, trying to digest the weight of Naruto's words, finally voiced her concern. "Naruto, this plan, it's intense and risky." "It scares me," she confessed, her eyes reflecting the turmoil she felt. Naruto nodded, his eyes mirroring the same concern. "I know, Sakura. It's a huge risk, but it's one we need to take. For Sasuke and for the safety of the Hidden Leaf." Despite the fear gripping her heart, Sakura trusted Naruto. She understood his intentions and knew he would never make such a suggestion lightly. After a moment's pause, Sakura asked, "So, how do we make this work?" A spark of determination ignited in Naruto's eyes. "We stage my death convincingly. We use my shadow clone and transformation techniques, make it seem real. We need Sasuke to believe it, to feel the loss." As Naruto continued to unfold the plan, Sakura felt a sense of dread combined with admiration. His strategy was risky, indeed perilous, but also ingeniously thought out. Trusting Naruto's commitment towards their team and their village, Sakura found herself nodding in agreement. All right, Naruto. I'm in. Let's do this, for Sasuke and for the Hidden Leaf. This conversation was the inception of a daunting journey. The challenges they were about to face could change their lives and the dynamics of Team 7 forever. However, they were ready, with determination in their hearts and a unison that promised to endure. The cause was noble and the stakes were high, but together, they were ready to face anything. Naruto and Sakura's preparatory meetings quickly became a staple of their daily routine, each discussion an amalgamation of humor, seriousness, and a shared sense of purpose. Naruto's apartment buzzed with their plans and strategies, a testament to their commitment to their mission. During one of their strategy sessions, Sakura expressed her concerns. Naruto, staging your death could have severe implications. Sasuke, he might not take it well. He's already gone through a lot. Naruto paused, understanding Sakura's worries. I know it's a lot to ask of Sasuke, but it's crucial to unlocking the Mangekyo Sharingan. He's one of the few who can control a tailed beast. Sakura sighed, her concern visible. It's a dangerous plan, Naruto. It could push Sasuke away. Don't worry, Sakura, Naruto reassured, I'll take care of Sasuke. I promise I won't let this plan harm our bond. The discussion continued well into the night, the pair exploring each angle, every possible outcome, every potential hurdle. Despite the monumental task ahead, they found moments of levity, laughter lighting up their serious discussions. One such moment was when Naruto, in his typical goofy manner, tried to imitate Sasuke's possible reaction to his death. Sakura, he began dramatically, how could you let Naruto die? You were his teammate. His impersonation had Sakura in fits of laughter, the apartment echoing with their shared mirth. In the midst of it all, their bond only grew stronger. Their shared cause, their collective determination, and their unwavering commitment to their team brought them closer, adding a new depth to their friendship. As days turned into nights, they worked tirelessly, firm in their resolve to protect their friend and their village. Their dedication was absolute, their spirits unbroken, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Days melded into nights as Naruto and Sakura delved deep into planning. Their usual boisterous banter was replaced by serious discussion, yet an underlying thread of camaraderie and humor continued to twine through their interactions. One such instance was during the creation of fake blood, which turned out to be a fun, albeit messy, experiment. Naruto, wearing an oversized apron and goggles that made him look comically like a mad scientist, mixed different concoctions while Sakura instructed from a scroll. 3 parts water to 1 part red food coloring, Sakura read out loud. Naruto, with the concentration of a seasoned chemist, began to mix the ingredients. Sakura added, and don't forget a pinch of flour to give it a thick consistency. As Naruto added the flour, he looked at Sakura with a playful smirk. You know, I should have considered a career in special effects. Sakura rolled her eyes. Oh yes, because the great Naruto Uzumaki drenching himself in fake blood is definitely what the village needs. With the mixture ready, Naruto tested it out, smearing a bit on his arm. Wow, it looks quite real, he marveled, almost excited. To his surprise, Sakura bent down and sniffed it. She recoiled and waved her hand in front of her nose. Ugh, Naruto, it even smells real. Naruto couldn't help but laugh at Sakura's disgusted face. Well, I guess that's a job well done then. Days passed in a whirlwind of such moments, each filled with equal parts seriousness and laughter, until the day of execution arrived. As Naruto filled a small bottle with their homemade blood, a mutual understanding passed between them. The moment had arrived, their meticulously planned act was about to unfold. The sight of Naruto smearing the blood on his body was as humorous as it was grim. Sakura couldn't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all, even as the gravity of their plan hung heavy in the air. Regardless of the risk, they were determined. With shared laughter and unwavering resolve, they prepared to put their plan into action. For their village, for their teammates, and most importantly, for Sasuke, they were ready. Under the quiet, evening sky, Naruto's shadow clone disguised as a distressed villager was weaving its way towards Sasuke. The streets of Konoha, usually vibrant and filled with life, were now peaceful, the residents unaware of the play unfolding beneath the starlit sky. Meanwhile, Naruto was hidden in a quiet corner, his heart pounding in anticipation. He trusted the plan he had meticulously laid out. Sasuke, he knew, would not hesitate to come running if he believed Naruto was in danger. A little distance away, Sakura was also hidden from view, her eyes never leaving Naruto. If anything were to go wrong, she was ready to jump into action. Despite the intense situation, Sakura felt calm, her faith in Naruto and their bond strengthening her resolve. In another part of the village, Naruto's shadow clone located Sasuke. Gasping and appearing distressed, the clone delivered its rehearsed message perfectly. "Naruto, he's been attacked, near the eastern gate, hurry." The message sent Sasuke's heart into a frenzy. Without a second thought, he rushed towards the eastern gate, worry for his teammate fueling his speed. Back at his hiding spot, Naruto felt a surge of adrenaline. His plan was in motion. Every step had been calculated, but now everything rested on their performance and Sasuke's reaction. Sakura watched Naruto prepare himself, her heart filled with worry. Their plan was a risky one, a gamble they were willing to take. For Sasuke, for their team, and for the entire Hidden Leaf village, they were ready to do whatever it took. As Sasuke neared their location, they readied themselves for the next act of their plan. The calm before the storm was over. Now, the real challenge was about to begin. The thumping rhythm of Sasuke's approaching footsteps echoed through the still night. Naruto took a deep breath, mentally bracing himself for the scene he was about to stage. It needed to be believable. It needed to be real. He exchanged a look with Sakura, who was concealed nearby. Her firm nod was the only reassurance he needed. As Sasuke came into view, Naruto initiated his transformation, assuming the guise of a menacing enemy shinobi. His shadow clone, appearing as himself, was locked in a staged combat scene. The pair were positioned perfectly, ensuring that Sasuke would witness the pseudo-Naruto's imminent demise. The sight that met Sasuke as he burst onto the scene was gut-wrenching. The pseudo-Naruto was caught in a deadly combat with an unknown enemy. Time seemed to stand still as Sasuke watched the enemy ninja drive a sword through Naruto, a convincing spray of fake blood heightening the realism of the illusion. "Naruto!" Sasuke's scream tore through the silent night, a raw mix of disbelief and terror. His legs faltered, buckling under the weight of what he had just witnessed. As Naruto's clone collapsed, convincingly lifeless, the enemy ninja, Naruto in disguise, quickly faded from view, leaving Sasuke alone with his grief. Hidden from sight, Sakura could barely contain her emotions as she watched Sasuke crumble. It took every ounce of her willpower to remain concealed, despite the instinctual urge to comfort her teammate. Sasuke was alone now, his anguished gaze fixed on the lifeless form of his teammate, his rival and friend. He fell to his knees, an anguished cry echoing around the empty clearing. "This can't be happening," he gasped, disbelief etched into every line of his face. Reappearing beside Sakura, Naruto wore an expression of deep remorse. His eyes never left Sasuke. "We did what we had to do, Sakura," he murmured, echoing her silent contemplations. "Now, we just have to hope it worked." Their hearts heavy with the weight of their deception, they watched Sasuke, the success of their plan now resting in his hands. The performance had been flawlessly executed. Now, it was up to Sasuke and how he would respond to the heartbreaking illusion. The next morning brought a strange, somber atmosphere with it. The news of Naruto's death spread across the village like wildfire. The usually lively streets of the Hidden Leaf felt unusually silent, the villagers struggling to come to terms with the loss of one of their own. Sakura sat in her room, her mind replaying the horrifying scene from the previous night over and over. The pain was too raw, the guilt too consuming. Yes, it had been a necessary act, but the reality of it was far too painful to bear. The image of Sasuke's grief-stricken face was imprinted in her mind, a painful reminder of the price they had paid. In the quiet of her room, she allowed herself to grieve, for Naruto, for Sasuke, for their innocence lost too soon. It was a necessary catharsis, a chance for her to process her feelings before stepping out to face the world. Meanwhile, Sasuke found himself alone in his room, his world irrevocably changed. The silence was deafening, the loneliness a tangible entity. Naruto was gone, and with him, a part of Sasuke had vanished too. His fists clenched as he remembered the scene, the sight of Naruto falling, the feeling of helplessness, the taste of despair. It was all too real, too close. He felt a burning rage towards the enemy, a deep-set guilt for not having been able to protect Naruto, and an overwhelming grief for the loss of his friend. Alone in his room, Sasuke allowed his facade to crumble. His eyes stung as he forced himself to relive the horrifying moment, to feel the grief and guilt that surged within him. It was in this solitude, amidst the chaos of his feelings, that the unthinkable happened. A sharp pain coursed through his eyes, as if they were on fire. He staggered towards the mirror, catching sight of his reflection. His eyes were no longer the familiar onyx hue, but were now morphed into a unique pattern, 3 black ellipses, turning around a central, larger circle in his iris. The Manjikyu Sharingan. His heart pounded in his chest as he took in his reflection. The pain was excruciating, but it was also a symbol of his newfound power. Power that, ironically, he'd obtained too late to save Naruto. Sasuke clenched his fists, his resolve hardening. Naruto's death would not be in vain. He would make sure of it. The following day, with the sun casting its radiant glow over the village, Naruto found Sasuke at their usual training grounds, still grappling with the shock of the previous night. "Naruto!" Sasuke exclaimed, his voice strained. You're alive?" Naruto nodded, an apologetic look in his eyes. "Yes, Sasuke. It was all part of the plan." "A plan? You faked your own death as part of a plan?" Sasuke's voice was sharp, his anger apparent. "Yes," Naruto replied solemnly. "It was the only way we could think of, the only way to awaken your Manjikyu Sharingan." "Awaken? My what?" Sasuke stuttered, confusion momentarily replacing his anger. Naruto sighed, explaining, "Your Manjikyu Sharingan, Sasuke. It's one of the few known ways to control a tailed beast. The one tail, Gaara's beast, to be specific." Sasuke absorbed this, his anger simmering down into a smoldering resentment. "So, you staged your death, put me through that trauma, to make me stronger." Naruto nodded. "Yes, Sasuke. We didn't see any other way." Sasuke turned away, his thoughts a whirlwind of emotions. After a long silence, he finally spoke. "I understand why you did it, Naruto. But that doesn't mean I have to like it." Naruto nodded, knowing he deserved Sasuke's resentment. "I understand, Sasuke. Take your time." With that, Sasuke left the training grounds, leaving Naruto alone with his thoughts. They had accomplished what they set out to do, but at what cost? As the sun set on the Hidden Leaf Village, Naruto could only hope that the bonds of their friendship could withstand the strain of their necessary deception. For now, though, all he could do was wait and hope for Sasuke's understanding. Their futures, and the future of their village, depended on it. As the day faded into evening, the warm hue of the setting sun painted a tranquil silhouette of the Hidden Leaf Village, imbuing the landscape with a serene ambience. Gathered atop a cliff overlooking this grand spectacle were Team 7, Team 8, and Team 10. Amidst the groups, Naruto stood slightly apart, his gaze unwavering, steadfastly fixed on the village that stretched below them. Breaking the peaceful silence, Shikamaru strolled towards Naruto, his customary laid-back demeanor now replaced with curiosity. "Naruto, what's the purpose behind this sudden meeting? Is there something troubling you?" Naruto, still entranced by the sight of the village, began to voice his concerns. His tone was solemn, a stark contrast to his usual energetic demeanor. "I asked all of you to be here because I need your assistance. To safeguard our village, our people, and our way of life. To ensure the protection of everything that defines the Hidden Leaf." His words hung in the air, stirring a wave of surprise among his comrades. Shared glances filled with confusion and curiosity followed. Naruto's passionate plea was unlike anything they had expected. Choji, breaking free from the initial shock, managed to utter a few words, his voice echoing his nervousness. "But Naruto, we're already doing that. We're shinobi of the Hidden Leaf, and our duty is to protect our village." Ino, standing beside Choji, chimed in, her usual assertive tone replaced by one of reflection. "Right, we're committed to defending our home, come what may. That's our pledge." Finally tearing his gaze away from the village, Naruto met the eyes of his friends. A faint smile curved his lips as he acknowledged their statements. "I'm aware, and it's because of that very conviction that I believe in us. But the future is an unpredictable entity. It's going to throw challenges our way that we might not be ready for. I want us to be prepared for whatever is lurking over the horizon." His friends took a moment to digest his words, their faces reflecting a mix of anxiety and resolve. As Naruto returned his gaze back to the village, a silent promise was made amidst the fading light. Even though uncertainty loomed large, they would face it together. For their unity was their strength, their unwavering commitment to their village, the core of their resolve. A new chapter in their lives was beginning, under the tranquil silhouette of the Hidden Leaf Village. As Naruto's words echoed across the cliffside, a silence settled among the group. Their eyes, filled with a new understanding, shifted between the view of their beloved village and the solemn figure who stood before them. Before there was the Hidden Leaf Village, there was nothing but warring clans. Naruto began again, his voice unwavering and filled with a strange kind of wisdom. Children, sometimes as young as 9, were sent to war, and many didn't return. He let the words hang in the air, the weight of their meaning sinking in. The teens exchanged glances, a mixture of shock and curiosity coloring their features. This was a side of Naruto they hadn't seen before, a mature, knowledgeable leader, a stark contrast to the cheerful, prank-playing boy they knew. Kiba, ever the outspoken one of Team 8, broke the silence. "But that was a long time ago, Naruto. We've come a long way since then. The Hidden Leaf gave us the chance to be children. To grow, to learn, to live without the shadow of war." Naruto nodded, acknowledging Kiba's words. "You're right, Kiba. And that's what I want to protect. I want us to get stronger, to be prepared, because war is coming." Hinata, her eyes wide with surprise, quietly asked, "Naruto-kun, how do you know all this?" Naruto paused for a moment before summoning a shadow clone. The clone was imbued with Kurama's chakra, making it significantly more potent than a regular shadow clone. This, he gestured towards the clone, is part of my information network. With Kurama's chakra, these clones can last much longer, months, even years. Each clone can create more clones, gathering information from all over. And from what they've found, I know what's coming. As the reality of his words set in, a shiver of anticipation passed through the group. They stared at Naruto, the seriousness of the situation finally sinking in. They had always been trained to defend their village, but now, it seemed, the real test was just around the corner. Beneath the dimming indigo expanse, they stood on the cliff's edge, their hearts echoing the quiet rhythm of the hidden leaf village spread out beneath them. Naruto, whose gaze was a reflection of the thriving life below, finally broke the silence. During the Chunin exams, he began, his voice steady and severe. The leaf will face an attack during the third part by the hidden sand and sound. We need to prepare for this. Learn to counter genjutsu, strengthen yourselves, all with one goal in mind: the protection of the leaf and everyone we hold dear. His words hung in the air, an ominous promise of a turbulent future. After a brief pause, he continued, the leaf has ample resources to hold its ground. However, we have our weaknesses. Fighting both the hidden sand and sound along with the one tail simultaneously isn't a feat we can currently achieve. Only two here can stop the one tail, I, with Kurama's aid, and Sasuke, with his Manjikyu Sharingan, one of the few known methods to control a tailed beast. His revelation was met with stunned silence. All eyes turned to Sasuke, whose face showed a slow understanding. So, that's why you made me go through that traumatic experience, he murmured, looking straight at Naruto. Naruto nodded solemnly. Yes, I only brought Sakura in because it wasn't necessary to put two people through that. Sasuke nodded back, a silent acceptance of Naruto's apology resonating in his eyes. I understand, and I forgive you. Their conversation was interrupted by Shikamaru, who questioned Naruto's decision of not going to the Hokage with this information. Naruto sighed, frustration marring his features. I intend to, but it's not that simple. The Hokage, for all his wisdom, still perceives me as a reckless kid. Convincing him would take more time than we can afford. This confession plunged the group into contemplative silence, Naruto's words echoing in their minds. Then, Naruto turned to face his friends, his gaze filled with conviction. I confided in you all because of the bond we share, the camaraderie we've built over countless battles. Adults underestimate us, but I have faith in us. I believe we can face whatever comes. As the sunset bathed them in a warm, orange glow, Naruto addressed them with renewed determination. Will you stand with me to protect the hidden leaf? They didn't need to answer. Their resolve was visible in their eyes, their silent nod a testament to their commitment. They were united with a singular purpose, to protect their beloved village no matter what. A surge of hope welled up in Naruto as he took in the sight of his steadfast comrades. With them by his side, they could brave any storm. The hidden leaf village would stand tall, no matter what.